What were you saying about the local economies? While I try and
I
get the
say
live chat back up.
I do think your point of a driving economy does local economy, but as I kind of said earlier, I don't know if it's going to last long enough to really support the nation as a whole. But the service industry, through like fast food and potentially do like local takeout from restaurants, could increase as more people are willing to take those smaller type of vacations rather than a larger vacation. And the hotel industry even could increase as a factor of lower gas prices too. But you could also take the effect of the coronavirus could have more people stay home even though gas are low, just because they're afraid to actually go to those hotels. So that could be a factor too. But I do think that people eventually are going to get tired of staying home and want to travel. And if those prices are low, because of it, then the travel economy and local economies could increase just on that factor.
Well, that's all I have for this, unless you have anything else to add.
No, I think that was it as far as that goes.
All right, we are going to check the live chat one more time here. Looks like Ron Helton is hanging out here still. It says it's still $1.09 for 100% gas here, so he's talking premium with no ethanol in it. 99 cents at several of the stations, so they got to be really low if they're running. You do a hobby that you have that has nothing to do with work or politics. It could be an album you picked up, an instrument that you like to play, or maybe you did like me and went on a baking spree today. Just something that helps you unwind at the end of everything.
So I would say a hobby I kind of picked up along with my family, and it's where I was earlier today. We went to the park, but as a whole, we picked up this new like sport. It's called pickleball. A lot of like older people are play pickleball just because it's like a lesser tennis, like a lesser impact of tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not as much running around, and you could kind of do it without moving too much as a whole. But in short, it's kind of like a smaller tennis court with tennis rules uh, and a little bit of modifications. But anyway, and we went to the park to play it on the tennis court and had to draw like the back line because it's slightly smaller and whatever. So I kind of picked up that as kind of unwinding because a lot of us are kind of tired of home already, especially my dad because he's now working from home and he's not used to it. So we kind of just went to the park and played that. But I've also kind of picked up, and I think I've talked about this before on your channel, but I've started like writing more as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to kind of plot this novel I've been making, this medieval theme. So I'm starting to do more of that, just because I'm starting to not have. I'm starting to be bored, I guess you could say, and I'm tired of sitting down on the couch and watching TV or whatever. So I'm like, well, I might as well think about this book a little bit more now that I have more time to do so. So I kind of picked up those two things as hobbies.
Well, I hope you enjoy them. And like I said, yeah, everybody's getting bored. And once again, we're getting to the point of people are canning, people are making their own desserts, make their own breakfast. So a lot of people are doing a lot of new things. And yeah, I'm familiar with pickleball. So, well, I want to thank everybody who came in and hang out with us, and everybody who comes and checks out the replay of this. You can catch this over on YouTube and over on DLive, or you can catch the audio platforms on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. If you want to finish the conversation with me, you can find me over on Twitter. That is at Edsblog Twitter with a one in place of the I. And you've been here before, and I think a lot of the audience is familiar with you. But just to make sure, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
So you can find me at Roundtable Decision as far as my YouTube channel, and you can find all my links and any of my videos. But if you want to follow my Twitter, because that's most actively on social media, it is Roundtable IB or at Roundtable IB. And I would recommend probably following my YouTube channel and following my Twitter. I do have a Minds account and a Parlor, I think it's called, but I don't really go on those too often As you can tell, I don't even use Parler that much because I'm not even sure if that's its name. But anyway, um, I'm starting to use Twitter more, so you can kind of follow my dots. I live tweeted some of the debates before, and I think I might start doing more of that
If we
with
even
other
have debates
topics.
anymore.
Well, yeah, there may not be debates, but maybe press conference or something. I don't know. Figure something out. So I would recommend following my YouTube channel and Twitter, and that's kind of where you can catch what's going on with me.
All right. And finally, make sure that you go over and check us all over at freedomscoop.com. Wyatt, of course, contributes over there. You can catch the R-rated conservative over there as well. The Generational Gap, who will be going and visiting here as soon as we're done. You can go and check them out over there. Stephen Ignoramus, all of his episodes get up there. We've got another podcast coming, and then we're going to close podcast for a little while. But we also do have a writing project coming up, so keep looking to Freedom Scoop for updates and keep looking there for content because we've got a lot of it coming for you. So we always say on this show, never take the words of bloggers, podcasters, or journalists as gospel. Find all the facts and draw your own conclusions. Wyatt, why don't you give us a last word?
I would say just make sure to be extra safe with all the coronavirus. Necessarily tell you that, and I would say you could watch out for another live stream as I plan to do one relatively soon from as far as my channel goes. And also, I would recommend finding something you don't necessarily want to do and doing it. Although that sounds bizarre, I recently tried that with myself. Like, I don't necessarily like to read, so I've started to make myself read. And although it is challenging, it's important to do something challenging in your life in order to kind of build up character as a whole. And since you're bored, you might as well do something challenging since you have nothing else to do. So pick up something you don't like.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night.